Here I explain how to rise from a contributor to executive in a 100,000 person company using my method based on minimal communication and reporting. This video shows you how to update your manager daily without wasting words, time, or energy. It's not about sending a nice update. It's about building trust, visibility, and executive perception. One message at a time. In a company with 100,000 people, attention is scarce. Attention and ability to focus is similar to the gold. Trust is completely rare. This method makes you visible without shooting, reliable without needing reminders, and positioned as a leader without needing the title yet. See this situation? Can you see the red car? No, the red car is you. Is your daily update. Think a lot. Is the daily update that you send to your manager. The other cars are the other information that pass in front of your manager. Try to find a way to be the red card and to capture the attention of your manager. Remember, let's start. Your manager, he tracks your progress. He unblock you, you start to be visible. At the same time, your manager assess your reliability. How to update is equal to how to send a signal. Remember that manager scan the signals. The 99% of the updates that people send to their manager, there are too much details that worries the messages. Frequently, these details are too vague, making others, in particular the managers, doubting, asking more questions. Sometimes too passive. You are a sort of storyteller, showing decisions, lack of clarity. Remember, this turns a simple update done on a daily basis into a confusing bomb. Here are the problems, the common problems. Remember, 99% of the people talk right in this. If you change the model, if you adopt minimal communication and minimal reporting, you will distinguish yourself in the big companies with a crystal clear reputation and playing a long-term goals. The risk when you communicate poorly your updates on daily basis are this. Poor updates leads to real-world consequences. You look junior, disorganized, or insecure. You get micromanaged because the managers start doubting about you. This creates a huge delay. Decisions get delayed. Remember one thing that is a lifetime thing, and it's a valuable concept. Reputation damage starts with unclear communication. This is true. It was true, and it will be true forever. Doing well a daily update creates a long-term advantage than the other people. Increases a lot the opportunities and the probabilities for a successful career development. Downright, daily updates build a long-term advantage. If you do well, managers show leadership, clarity, and control. They reduce back and forth and increase decision speed. They make your impact visible, even when you are behind the scenes. It turns silent work into visible progress. Every message is a brick in your reputation. The solution is very simple. Use free, the model based on free elements. You will see also during the next videos that we will always use the a type of solutions based on 3-4 elements. Why? Because your brain works in this way. Your brain is able not to capture and to remember 7 items. The brain organized the framework in terms of verbal, also thinking in 3-4 maximum elements. That depends on people. Use this 3-line structure for every update, in person, core, mail. What I did, what's next, and the blog. Very simple. When you speak about what I did, you have to transfer the idea to the manager that you have done a jump. So you started from one point, you arrived to another point in the past, you reach the goal, and then you gain the outcome or you reach the milestone. It's the most important thing because it shows to the manager the ability to see you as a dynamic person, that in the time that where they don't follow you, you move along in a sort of autonomous way. What I did is a fantastic thing, but try to be very, very short. Otherwise, you lose the communication. Remember one thing, that at the beginning, you play a game that lasts more or less 7-10 seconds, where the attention of the manager is very emails, in chats, in meetings, in calls. Everywhere, play very well this time. 7-10 seconds at maximum. Then what's next? Show your plan. Even if simple, show your direction. Imagine that you arrive into a certain island. You have to move to the next island. So the crystal clear example is that you communicate to your manager, hey manager, I arrived successfully to this island. Tomorrow I will have to go, or today in the evening I will have to go directly to the next island. You show also the timing. So what's next is what I presented. Remember, then you have to describe and to communicate what is in the middle. In the middle, maybe you need the fuel for your boat, because you have to go from an island to another one. You need the maintenance, so you need to take time for putting in the right conditions your boat. You can ask also the permission. Can I go to the island? This is my plan. Do you accept? Can you see in this structure of 3 elements the past, the future, and in the middle? The past, the future, and the action. The past, the future, and the blocker. Quite interesting, very clear, very schematic. If the managers start to be used in receiving this type of updates, be sure that your reputation will increase a lot. One key element, keep it short, always. Avoid emotions, deliver clarity. Use bold formatting or line breaks to enhance readability. Remember what I said? Your manager has, more or less, at the beginning, 7-10 seconds of attention. Then decreases. Here, a simple example. I don't want to put too much attention to this example because it is auto-explanatory. Before, as the 90% of the people, right now, the 99%. After applying the minimal communication and the minimal reporting, remember, the structure is this. Very clear. What I did, what the next ask. When you write something that for be understood takes less time than of being read, you gain trust in one moment. It's quite important. Remember this rule. You have to write, and the time for reading has to be higher than the time to understand what you have written. This is the general rule, and this is how the executives and the top managers write. Remember, this produces an impact, a relevant impact on the structure, on the environment around. Why? Managers read and understand your work in seconds. They understand, and they or she understands one thing you are seeing as a structure, proactive, and business ready. As a consequence, you reduce questions and you increase delegation. You start to be an entrepreneur in 100,000 person company. It's incredible. You have a space and you have a huge platform. You become the person they trust with the visibility. Over the time, you build an invisible advantage. Is the executive perception. Is the basis of a strong and solid reputation within a large company. Here, guys, we arrive to a fundamental point. We have seen the risks, the opportunities, the solution, the case study, the impact after applying this method. Remember one thing, that here we analyze the words to avoid and the words to use. When you start writing, you start with your point of view. Wrong. Start with the point of view of the receiver, the point of view of your manager. The words to avoid are those that create noise. Just wanted to update you, still working on, trying to, hopefully will. Let me know if that works. Oh. This weaken your position. They signal uncertain. You have a gun, you have the shots. Try to imagine to use the words as a shots of a gun. Completed. Next step. Needed input by. Align with. Confirm. Finalize. These are assignments. These final confidence, structure, and control. Daily clarity builds executive trust. I repeat, daily clarity builds executive. We are at the end of this first episode. Thank you for your attention. Next time we move in analyzing how to draft executive sensitive reports or slides in a 100,000 person company. Thank you for your attention. Put a like on the video and follow in order to stay tuned. Thank you so much.